Picture a young boy in Nazi-occupied Hungary. The streets are filled with tension, fear, and the constant threat of danger. This boy, like many others, is trying to navigate a world that has been turned upside down by war and hatred. He is on the run, dodging danger at every turn. Every day is a battle for survival, a test of wits and courage. The boy learns quickly that in this world, trust is a luxury he cannot afford. This was George Soros' reality in 1944, a time when the world was engulfed in the flames of World War II, and Hungary was no exception. The streets he walked were filled with the echoes of conflict and the shadows of oppression. Fear and uncertainty clouded his days. Each moment was fraught with the possibility of capture, of being torn away from his family, of facing an uncertain and terrifying fate. The weight of these fears bore heavily on his young shoulders. He could have easily become another victim of the Holocaust. The odds were stacked against him and the future seemed bleak. Yet, amidst the darkness there was a flicker of hope, a determination to survive that burned brightly within him. But fate had other plans for young George. Through a combination of luck, resourcefulness, and sheer willpower, he managed to evade the clutches of the Nazi regime. His journey was fraught with peril, but he emerged from the war with his life intact. He survived the horrors of war. The liberation of Hungary brought a new dawn, a chance to rebuild and start anew. For George, it was an opportunity to pursue the dreams that had been stifled by years of conflict. And against all odds, he went on to achieve the unimaginable. From the ashes of war he rose, driven by an unyielding desire to make something of himself, to create a life that was not defined by the horrors of his past. This is the story of George Soros, a man who transformed from a penniless refugee to a global financial icon. His journey is a testament to the power of resilience and the human spirit's capacity to overcome even the most daunting challenges. He transformed from a penniless refugee to a global financial icon. His rise in the world of finance was nothing short of meteoric. With a keen mind and a relentless drive, he navigated the complexities of the financial markets, making a name for himself as a shrewd and successful investor. His journey is one of resilience, determination, and extraordinary vision. He saw opportunities where others saw obstacles, and he seized them with both hands. His success was not handed to him. It was earned through hard work, perseverance, and an unwavering belief in his abilities. From the depths of despair, he climbed to the pinnacle of success. His story is a powerful reminder that no matter how dire the circumstances, there is always a way forward. It is a story of hope, of triumph over adversity, and of the incredible potential that lies within each of us. He became one of the world's most prominent investors. His insights and strategies revolutionized the financial world, earning him both admiration and criticism. But beyond his financial acumen, it was his vision for a better world that truly set him apart. But Soros' story is not just about money, it's about using his immense wealth to make a difference. He understood that true success is not measured by the size of one's bank account, but by the impact one has on the world. It's about using his immense wealth to make a difference. Soros dedicated a significant portion of his fortune to philanthropic causes, supporting initiatives that promote education, human rights, and social justice. His generosity has touched countless lives and has left an indelible mark on the world. Soros is a philanthropist on a grand scale. His Open Society foundations have funded projects in over 120 countries, addressing issues ranging from healthcare to democratic governance. His commitment to creating a more just and equitable world is unwavering. He has dedicated his life to promoting open societies and fighting injustice. His efforts have not been without controversy, but he remains steadfast in his mission to support those who are marginalized and oppressed. His story is an inspiration to us all. It teaches us that even in the darkest of times, hope can flourish. It shows us that with courage and determination, we can overcome adversity and achieve greatness. It teaches us that even in the darkest of times, hope can flourish. Soros' life is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of hope. His journey reminds us that no matter how difficult our circumstances, we have the strength to persevere and succeed. It shows us that with courage and determination, we can overcome adversity and achieve greatness. Soros' achievements are a beacon of hope for anyone facing challenges, proving that with the right mindset and effort, anything is possible. But more than that, Soros' life is a testament to the power of giving back. He has shown that true wealth lies not just in financial success, but in using one's resources to uplift others and create positive change. He shows us that true wealth lies not just in financial success, but in using our blessings to make the world a better place. His philanthropic efforts have had a profound impact, demonstrating that one person's generosity can ripple out to touch countless lives. This is the incredible journey of George Soros, from the shadow of the Holocaust to the heights of global influence. His life story is a powerful narrative of survival, success, and the enduring impact of one man's vision and generosity. It's a story that will stay with you long after you turn the last page. The legacy of George Soros is a reminder that no matter where we start, with determination and a commitment to making a difference, we can leave a lasting impact on the world. George Soros was born in Budapest, Hungary, in 1930. The city, with its rich cultural heritage and vibrant Jewish community, was a place of both promise and peril. As a young boy, Soros would have been surrounded by the bustling life of Budapest, a city that was a melting pot of different cultures and ideas. His early years were marked by the growing shadow of anti-Semitism in Europe. The Jewish community, which had contributed so much to the cultural and economic life of the continent, was increasingly marginalized and targeted. Anti-Jewish signs and propaganda became more common, creating an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty. The rise of Nazi Germany cast a dark cloud over his childhood. Adolf Hitler's fiery speeches and the massive Nazi rallies were not just distant events, they were harbingers of the storm that was about to engulf Europe. The ideology of hate and division was spreading rapidly, and its effects were soon to be felt in Hungary. In 1944, that darkness descended upon Soros's family. The Nazis occupied Hungary, and the once thriving Jewish community found itself in grave danger. The streets of Budapest, which had once been filled with life and laughter, were now patrolled by Nazi soldiers, and fear permeated every corner of the city. Hungary fell under Nazi occupation, and the persecution of Jews intensified. The ghettos were established, and Jewish families were forced to live in cramped, inhumane conditions. The once vibrant community was now living in constant fear of deportation and death. Soros, just a teenager, faced the horrors of the Holocaust firsthand. The innocence of youth was shattered as he witnessed the brutality and inhumanity of the Nazi regime. The experiences of these years would leave a lasting impact on him, shaping his character and his future endeavors. He witnessed the systematic rounding up and deportation of Jews, including many he knew. Friends, neighbors, and relatives were taken away, never to be seen again. The sense of helplessness and despair was overwhelming, but it also ignited a spark of resilience and determination in young George. His life, along with the lives of countless others, hung precariously in the balance. Every day was a struggle for survival, and the future seemed bleak. Yet amidst the darkness there were moments of hope and acts of kindness that provided a glimmer of light. But amidst this darkness, a beacon of hope emerged in the form of Soros's father, Tivadar. Tivadar was not just a father, he was a protector, a strategist, and a beacon of hope. His resourcefulness and courage would become the family's lifeline during these perilous times. Tivadar was a man of extraordinary courage and resourcefulness. He understood the gravity of the situation and was determined to save his family. His actions were not just about survival, they were about preserving dignity and humanity in the face of unimaginable adversity. He understood the gravity of the situation and was determined to save his family. He obtained false identification papers, creating new identities for them. These papers were more than just documents, they were lifelines, offering a chance at survival in a world that had turned hostile. He obtained false identification papers, creating new identities for them. The process was fraught with danger, as any mistake could lead to discovery and death. Yet Tivadar's meticulous planning and unwavering resolve ensured that the family had a fighting chance. He then made the difficult decision to separate the family, believing it would increase their chances of survival. This decision, though heart-wrenching, was a testament to his strategic thinking and his willingness to make the ultimate sacrifice for his loved ones. Young George was sent to live with a government official who was sympathetic to their plight. This official, risking his own life, agreed to protect George, passing him off as his godson. It was a dangerous ruse, but it provided a semblance of safety in a world gone mad. The official agreed to protect George, passing him off as his godson. This act of bravery and compassion was a lifeline for young George, offering him a chance to survive the horrors of the Holocaust. It was a risky plan, fraught with danger, but it was their only hope. It was a risky plan, fraught with danger, but it was their only hope. The constant threat of discovery loomed large, and every day was a test of nerves and resilience. Yet the courage and solidarity of those who helped them provided a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. Soros's experiences during this time left an indelible mark on his soul. The trauma, the loss, and the resilience he witnessed would shape his worldview and his future endeavors. These experiences instilled in him a deep sense of justice and a commitment to making the world a better place. The constant fear, the loss of innocence, and the knowledge that his family was torn apart shaped his worldview and fueled his desire for a more just and equitable world. The lessons of those dark days would stay with him forever, guiding his actions and his commitment to justice and humanity. With the end of World War II, the world breathed a collective sigh of relief. The long and brutal conflict had finally come to an end, and nations began the arduous task of rebuilding. Amidst the celebrations and the hope for a brighter future, there were countless individuals whose lives had been irrevocably changed by the war. George Soros found himself facing an uncertain future. As a young man, he stood on the precipice of a new life, carrying with him the weight of his past experiences and the hope for a better tomorrow. He had survived the Holocaust, a harrowing ordeal that left deep emotional and psychological scars. The memories of those dark days were etched into his mind, a constant reminder of the fragility of life and the cruelty that humans could inflict upon one another. But the scars of war ran deep. The trauma of what he had witnessed and endured was not something that could be easily forgotten. It was a burden he would carry with him for the rest of his life. His family, thankfully, had also endured. Against all odds, they had survived the horrors of the war and the Holocaust. Their reunion was bittersweet, filled with both joy and sorrow as they mourned the loss of loved ones and celebrated their survival. They reunited in Budapest, picking up the pieces of their shattered lives. The city, like many others across Europe, was in ruins. The task of rebuilding was daunting, but it was a challenge they were determined to face together. But Hungary, now under communist rule, offered little hope for the future. The oppressive regime stifled freedom and opportunity, casting a shadow over the lives of its citizens. The desolate streets and the despondent faces of the people reflected the grim reality of life under communism. For many, the dream of a better life seemed out of reach. Soros's family, like many others, decided to leave their homeland in search of a better life. The decision to emigrate was not an easy one, but it was a necessary step towards a brighter future. In 1947, they made the difficult decision to emigrate to England. The journey was fraught with uncertainty, but it was a journey they were willing to undertake for the promise of freedom and opportunity. London, though a far cry from the horrors of wartime Hungary, presented its own set of challenges. The bustling city was a stark contrast to the life they had known, and adapting to this new environment was no small feat. The streets of London were filled with people from all walks of life, each with their own stories of struggle and survival. For Soros, this new city was both a place of refuge and a land of opportunity. Soros, now a young man, found himself alone in a foreign land. The language barrier and cultural differences were significant obstacles, but he was determined to overcome them. He spoke little English and had to adapt to a new culture and way of life. Every day was a learning experience, and he faced each challenge with resilience and determination. To survive, he took on odd jobs, working as a waiter and a railway porter while pursuing his education. These jobs were not glamorous, but they provided him with the means to support himself and continue his studies. Working as a railway porter and attending night classes, Soros demonstrated an unwavering commitment to his future. His journey was filled with hardships, but each step brought him closer to his dreams. Despite the hardships, George Soros was determined to make something of himself. He enrolled at the London School of Economics, eager to learn and build a better future for himself. He was a bright and curious student, particularly drawn to the world of philosophy and economics. His mentor at the LSE, the renowned philosopher Karl Popper, had a profound influence on his thinking. Popper's ideas about open societies and the importance of critical thinking resonated deeply with Soros, shaping his worldview and his future endeavors. After graduating from the LSE, Soros found work at a merchant bank in London. He started at the bottom, working his way up through the ranks. He was a quick learner and had a natural instinct for finance and investment. He thrived in the fast-paced world of investment, quickly grasping the complexities of the market.